Hi everyone, this is Secret, and I have been messing with my ATC playing cards that I already had painted up with my jelly plate. And some of them have texture, some of them have stencil with texture, some of them have tissue. I have a video on how I covered these. It's like 2 or 3 videos back. So I've been messing with them, or I want to mess with them. I'll show you right now one that I have messed with that's completely finished. This one's not even painted. Let me show you. So I did this off camera. They're not completely done. They're started. One is done. This one here. Now that's just me free-forming a flower. No rhyme or reason. Really like the way that came out. And that's a playing card. And then I have this one here that's not complete, but it started. And that's another flower. It'll look more like a flower when I'm done with it. This one also. It's not complete. It'll be complete when I get to it. I just started them because here's another flower. You can barely see it, but it'll be very pretty when I start and finish it, or finish finishing it. Those are all freeform flowers that I love to create. And the reason they got started was because I've been messing with leather and making leather bracelets and painting on leather bracelets. So when I was done painting my leather bracelet, I had a lot of colors that were already mixed with fabric paint medium, which is textile medium, and I mixed up some acrylic paints, and I painted a leather cuff, which I don't have with me here because my daughter actually took it to wear it to school tomorrow. So I'll share that with you guys on another video. But since I was done painting it, I had a lot of paint left. Well, not a lot, but enough. So that's how those cards got started, because I didn't want to waste the paint. And today, I want to make some more cards, and I thought, well, if I'm going to make them, I might as well turn on the video. So I have some pre-mixed colors here, like this green. I have quite a few different greens in there, and some textile medium, and some molding paste mixed in here. Can you guys see there's like different greens? There's like a lime green, a forest green, a mint green, and some shimmers. I think they're called shimmers, or inks. Just to get a nice, how can I say, custom green. And I want thickness to, sorry about that, I want thickness to the paint. I might be interrupted because it seems like my 17-year-old has come down with the flu today. Poor thing. She's overworking herself. She's going to school full time and holding about a job and a half and doing cheer. Yeah, so she came down with the flu. Plus where she works is the Boys and Girls Club. She helps there. Well, she works there actually. There's a lot of kids, and I think she might have picked something up from one of them. So these are all just basic custom paints, and I'm going to zoom you guys in so I can continue mixing while I'm down, while you guys can see. Sorry. Let me clean my brush, my stick here. Then I have some browns here, which are some dark browns, some brown with gold, some molding paste, some copper, And it looks like some of that molding paste has dried up. And I waited quite a while before starting the video. You know, I don't have measurements on how many drops of what. I just do it to whatever looks right to me. And that's the way I work. And here's just some white. This tray here is from, I think, glitters that come for your nails from the dollar store. And it works out quite well for little projects and paints that you want to mix up. And here's just black. Just black with textile medium and some molding paste to give it some body. And I kind of purposely left it sitting for over 2 hours so that it can get thicker and thicker. And I was going to pre-mix it before the video, but then I thought, hey, I should show people that I don't use a lot of times just standard colors. I like to mix my colors, even though I don't know what I'm doing. I just mix them to what I think is going to look pretty. And here's just a bunch of yellows that I had. And then here's some reds, different kinds of reds. There's burgundies. They all have textile medium. They all have molding paste in them. But here's a bunch of reds. Burgundies mixed together because wasn't happy with the one red that I have. Well, I have a bunch of reds, but I wasn't happy with just using your standard red, so I wanted to kind of darken it up with the burgundy, so that's what's in here. And this one is just straight pink, like a fuchsia. And the orange that we're going to mix right now, as soon as I'm done with this one, is different oranges from light to dark. Okay, so I'm going to push those up. I'm going to zoom you guys out. And you guys will see me going back and forth, and that's just me dipping in and out of the colors. I don't know exactly what brush I want to use, but I'm just going to start with this brush. And this is me just free-forming flowers onto ATCs, or playing cards basically. So this is how I like to do it. I like to start my stem, and yeah, that's a black stem. That's fine with me. Okay. Okay, let's just try this one. And let's do a white flower. And like I said, it's a free-form flower. Load up my brush. I might mess up. We'll fix the mess up. No big deal. Whatever paint I have left on my brush, I usually just rub it here and there, and everywhere. We'll let that sit for a little and we'll start the next one. And this one, I think I want a brown stem. Let's see what that brown looks like. It's a nice thing about having ATCs ready. When you're inspired, you can just grab an ATC and do whatever you want to it. And it's just there waiting for you. This one, let's do... Oh, I didn't mix up the pink. Let me mix that pink up. Okay. This one, let's try a yellow flower. I'm trading off my brush just because I'm no pro in what brush does what. Just whatever feels right, whatever works at the moment is the brush I'll stick with for a little bit, and then trade off to see what another brush does. And there's that, but that needs to dry. The white one is still drying. Let's move on to the next one. It's basically going to be a series of flowers. This one I wanted to do a green stem. Actually, if I do green, it won't show up because the background is pretty green. Got a lot on my brush, so basically just wiping it on my drop paper back there. And this one, let's do, we've done yellow, white. I wonder how purple will look in here. Not peach. Let's do purple. Why think about it? I don't think about how the form of the flower is going to go, so why get all technical? That's that one. Let that dry. And on this one, let's do a white stem. With a pink flower. I'm trading off my brush. Different brushes give you different forms of flowers. My point of doing mixed media, even when I do my jewelry, it's basically just having fun and being free and not trying to keep things natural looking, or I like things to look organic. And there's that one. We'll let that one dry. I do like my flowers, it seems like, to be drooping, like, seems to be the kind of thing I like. And for this one I want an orange flower, maybe. No, let's see. Maybe an orange stem. You'll see it all come together when I finish them up. As a matter of fact, now that you guys have seen somewhat of the forms that I've done, really don't put too much thought into how the brush goes. I'm going to finish up the other ones so you guys can see. And this one, can't do that color. Let's do another white one, just because the other colors that I do have mixed, you won't be able to see much because of the background. See, that's pretty just like that. But it won't stay just like that. I always have to mess with it even more. Okay, there's that one. Let me bring out the ones that I started off camera yesterday. Okay. So I want to grab some black. I loaded my brush a little too much, so I'm just painting it on my background here. And what I'm going to do is just mess. See that? I like the way that's coming out. And I'm just going to mess some more over here with the black. Okay. And then I'm going to throw some black in here. Let's grab a different brush. Maybe this angled brush. And instead of black, I'm going to put some yellow in. And I'm basically just tapping it in wherever, really wherever it lands. Maybe some peach. And some black. Just trade off brushes. No reason, just want to trade off a brush. This is where you can kind of start defining the petals Okay. And I think it needs some more white. Too much water on my brush. Give me a second. Whoop. That's not the right brush. Even though the reality to me is there really is no white brush, I just go with the feeling, basically. We need to let that dry. So I'm going to set it aside and work on the next one. So here we have the red one. And the red I can probably add some. Too much purple there. I'm barely tapping the card, just barely, and I'm not loading my paintbrush with too much white. That's pretty, just like that. I'm just dipping the back of my brush. See what happens here.